All right, welcome to a fresh morning around Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Big, exciting morning because Charlie, the way our transfer window they call in fact, the way our clubs they prepare, I say this season is going to be more exciting in terms of how the games will pan out, the kind of football that will be played, how the teams are going to be competitive. It looks as if this season is going to be really exciting across all the leagues, not even just in the English Premier League in Kwana as a Spanish La Liga. Charlie, I think the Italian Serie A will be more interesting. I think say maybe to say Paris Saint-Germain French League are honors be top because they are Monaco for Charlie, very interesting. But about 2 more weeks and Charlie, big time. We will not surround up. Oh, Jane, what is your team going to do? What are the games going to look like? Let's sign you, man. 2 more weeks for pro football properly to be back. There's a Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, the best football tactical analysis channel here on YouTube, and it's exciting for us to delve into it. All the analysis, all the conversation, all the goodwill that you give to us. That's exactly why we are here. I see Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. Some of you say I say welcome to the best channel on YouTube. Of course, if you've not subscribed, pause the video now, go back, subscribe, and turn on notification. In the notification turning, do choose all, just so anytime that there's content here, you are first to have it here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, so that we get straight into it. If you're an investor, we do it every single day. Maybe Grandma is going to come home today. In a couple of days now, we've not won, but again, we go again this morning. The codes are in the description of the video. Like I say every time, it's a Betway code. Please go and pick up those code and put them in your Betway account to give yourself a chance at winning something over here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, we are starting the Fiifi-Manfred Sports Analysis 2. So that's a channel here on YouTube. It's live, it's on. What we do over there is that we bring you other people. So all of you have been saying you want Richardo more time. Richardo is going to be there. So we set up that channel. We need to hit 1K before we start shooting someone next week. So I'm dropping the link of that channel also in the description of the video below. The link to that channel is the Fiifi-Manfred Sports Analysis 2. Because of course we have to pay Richardo. We have to make sure we take care of him so he comes in there. So that channel is also there. Richardo will be coming through. So go there, share that link, subscribe to that link, and let people also enjoy the analysis there on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Charlie, let me say a great, big, exciting morning to my man Yesumo Enterprise. Yesumo is a dealer in car spare parts. If you want anything car spare parts, then you contact my man Yesumo. If you are in Accra, close to Aboso kind of post office area, you can just drive there. He has the boys that will work on the car for you and gets it done beautifully anyhow you want. So top cars, Corolla, Honda, Civic, Accord, Lexus, any car that you work with, please make sure that you go to Yesumo right now and go and get everything that you need from him. If you are not close to Aboso, you're not in Accra, you're outside of the region, make sure you call Yesumo on 059 313 8221 059 313 8221. Charlie, we are open for advertisement. So if you sell anything, if you do any kind of business and you want to shed lights on it, contact us when you go all the social media handles. We are ready to have the conversation there with you. Contact us. Let's have some conversation over there on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. We'll do advertisement nicely for you. Where do we start from? See, Football Club Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain. Football Club Barcelona. Let's start with Paris Saint-Germain. See, Paris Saint-Germain have two important players that they want to add to their team for next summer. One of them, a branch friend Lucas Chevalier, and a branch friend Elia Zaban. Now, Lucas Chevalier essentially is France's new gem of a goalkeeper. If you go to France today, they say that Lucas Chevalier is the next big thing in terms of goalkeeping in France. They believe that the young man is going to do the unthinkable essentially in French football because it's good. I mean, for Lille Metropole, he has been solid for them in a couple of seasons now. Last season, Lucas Chevalier and of course Abrante Freno, Georgi Petrovic at Strasbourg, Chelsea's player, were two of the best goalkeepers in the French league. Gianluigi Donnarumma wasn't close to them. Paris Saint-Germain believe that in the last few months and weeks and last season, one of the things that didn't help them was the instability of the performance of Gianluca Donnarumma, Giorgio Donnarumma. Now, he made 4 errors leading to goal. I mean, he's not the most comfortable ball playing goalkeeper, and he's playing under a very, very big big manager on ball playing from the back in Luis Enrique. So definitely that's what has affected Gianluigi Donnarumma. Up to now, he hasn't been officially been handed a contract. As to now, Paris Saint-Germain have not officially handed him a contract. The negotiations are stalled. In fact, from what I'm told, Paris Saint-Germain have told Giorgio Donnarumma to lower his wages if they will give him a new contract. And what they gave him was in the lower wages because they don't think that he's going to be important for them. They want to bring in somebody in Lucas Chevalier for Chevalier to come and compete with him. Now, the deal is almost done. It's in the well advanced stage, just a few more details to sort out. And Lucas Chevalier is going to be a new player for Lille Metropole. Lille Metropole is going to be a new player for them. Now, away from all of that conversation of Lucas Chevalier, there's also a centre back. If you look at that Paris Saint-Germain team, when William Pacho was injured, it was Berardo that came in, the Brazilian Berardo. Now, people felt that Berardo isn't of the level of William Pacho in terms of the aggressiveness. Now, if you look at that Paris Saint-Germain centre-back pair, it is an aggressor and a sweeper. Marquinhos is more of the sweeper, stays back, reads the game, and then nicks out the danger when it comes in. Also, Marquinhos is getting into the end of his career. He's growing. He's a kind of player that is getting to the point where he's going to grow. He's getting older and he may not be fit enough to play consistently going into next season. So they want to start preparing for life without Marquinhos. And that's why they're going to Bournemouth to look for a centre-back called Ukrainian called Elia Zabani. Elia Zabani, very, very good. He was the partner of Dean Huijsen at Bournemouth. Dean Huijsen at Bournemouth in all of that. Two seasons that they were there under Andoni Areola. On the ball, off the ball, aggressing, ball winning, tackling, 1v1 strength, aerial duels. Elia Zabani is your man. And Paris Saint-Germain, led by Luis Ocampos, are making sure so many Abrantier Ediama team are friend Paris Saint-Germain and then Luis Enrique so that everything goes on well. See, Mundo Deportivo is reporting something interesting on Marcus Rashford. Hey, Mundo says that when Barcelona were on their flights from Asia, Marcus Rashford was only watching videos of Thierry Henry and then Ronaldinho at Barcelona because Marcus, I don't know how to verify that information, but truly it's clear that Marcus Rashford wants to be successful. He wants to be successful at Barcelona. It's clear. If you listen to his interview, listen to the things that he has said about Football Club Barcelona and how things are going on there. The last 2 days, he was asked about his registration. He says that is up to the club. The club has to handle everything registration. The club has to handle everything when it comes to registration. And he's confident that the club will handle that. I think that the club will be able to handle that. And I mean, we said two things, that the registration of Marcus Rashford was hinged on Barca, one, making sales, or also taking Marc-Andre ter Stegen off the wage book so that they can now bring Juan Garcia and then Marcus Rashford, not either of them, but both of them onto the wage books. And on Tuesday, Marc-Andre ter Stegen signed a surgery, big surgery in Bordeaux with Dr. Emilio Iglis. They did that surgery. According to a report from France, it was very, very successful. Emilio Iglis, it was a lumbar surgery or a back surgery. He had been complaining of a lot of back pains and they had to go and correct that anomaly for him. And everything was successful for him. Abrantia, your friend, Marc-Andre ter Stegen. And I told you the last time, Barcelona would have to send a detailed medical report data showing to the La Liga board why they want to use Marc-Andre ter Stegen's injury will go beyond 4 months to 5 months or more, and of course qualifies for them to take it out of their wage structure so that they can register other players with it. That is something that they are trying to do today. What they realize is that Barca board, they are not in Spain, so they decided that they don't want to force it. They don't want to do it on phone. They want to get back to Spain, and then they will go and meet Marc-Andre ter Stegen in person. I think whether 4 months, 5 months, in the next 3 months, you'll be more. Just so the club will be in a good position. Yes, if we can add it to the wage bill, be fine. Yes, so and then sign the thing for us and let us go. They will need a signature of Marc-Andre ter Stegen because it's medical data. You can't just share somebody's medical data without their consent. You can't be sued in a court of competent jurisdiction. So that is the thing. When he goes there, that's why Barcelona are waiting. But essentially, what they want to do is that they want to use that space. La Liga in the rules to give them 30 days, 30 solid days to be able to do all of that conversation and then bring in that data so that they can accept it and say, okay, I'm fine. Then you have your man go and sign the contract, go and bring in this boy, let this boy come in, and then of course register that player with that and all of that. 30 days. Barca would want to do that and then register Juan Garcia and bring in also Marcus Rashford to also be registered. Just so by the time January comes, Barcelona will sit up and say, okay, fine. As at this point in time, we've gotten money from the Spotify company, we've gotten money from here, we've gotten money from there, and that we are financially viable to have all of these players on our books, or we want to take Marc-Andre ter Stegen on loan. So we are going to see exactly how things pan out in that regard over there. But see, Las Palmas 4 and certain clubs in the Spanish La Liga have come back again asking questions about Abrante's friend Enaki Pena. Everybody knows that Enaki Pena, now that Juan Garcia is going to be number one, and then there's an injury to Abrante's friend Marc-Andre ter Stegen, at least he makes Enaki Pena third choice goalkeeper. Does he want to be third choice goalkeeper? Doesn't he want to compete elsewhere? A lot of clubs or Spanish La Liga are beginning to ask questions about Enaki Pena. I think if there is a chance to sell him, Barca are going to sell him. See, Barca do not want to make it clear. Say Abrantia, your friend of Fermin Lopez, any Abrantia, your friend of Marc Casado, no, they are up for sale. In fact, Barca need to make sales at the centre back area. They believe strongly that they have a lot of depth at centre back and also at central midfield area. So then what do they have to do? That is why if you look at a player like Ronald Araujo, they have been clear that they don't sell Ronald Araujo. It looks as if Andreas Christensen is going to go. I felt that Andreas Christensen fits the style of play of our friend Hansi Flick or Hansi Ball. But then again, it looks as if Barcelona wants to keep Ronald Araujo and then sell Marc-Andre ter Stegen, sell Andreas Christensen from the club. And of course, I said the last time that I thought it was a business decision over sporting decision. But then somebody pointed out to me that even in terms of business, Ronald Araujo is also pure profit because he is considered to be part of La Masia. I think he joined when he was younger over there for Football Club Barcelona. Charlie, if Barca sell Marc Casado, is going to be tough. What we are hearing is that the board is divided. The board is divided because there are a lot of people that say that when you look at Marc Casado is a Catalan boy, through and through. You don't have to sell him. And he's also a very, very good player. And same for Fermin Lopez. We will see what Football Club Barcelona will do with the players that on the list over there. See, when I heard this news, when I saw this, I did not believe it. Now, the truth of the matter is that Xavi Simons in the last few hours has made it clear to RB Leipzig that he wants to play for Chelsea. He has been clear with them. He has told them. Now, Leipzig are in a very, very precarious situation, in a very dicey situation. The situation of one, Benjamin Sesko, and then two, Xavi Simons. Now, Xavi Simons essentially is telling them that the person is free club, Chelsea. I want to go to Chelsea. Chelsea have told Xavi Simons that, Charlie, we want you here. At the end of the day, we believe strongly that you are supposed to be a Chelsea player. We have done everything possible to make sure that we finalize the deal to bring you in. Leipzig say that they want 50 million. Chelsea have progressed aggressively with Xavi Simons. And what is the update? The update is that Chelsea have had conversations with Leipzig. And now Leipzig played a game in one of their friendly games for the season. A branch of friend Xavi Simons was not part of the team. People were saying that he had a neck pain and stuff like that. And that is why they took him out. There was no neck pain. Xavi Simons essentially has told RB Leipzig that he wants to be a Chelsea player at all costs. He wants to make sure that at the end of the day, he becomes a Chelsea player, no more so than that. And so make sure so be a Chelsea player. And Chelsea fans have had a conversation extensively. They've discussed with him and his agent. The personal terms now is already sorted from the Chelsea area. And now, what we heard was that Chelsea fans say that they have gone into the Xavi Simons deal on 75% done. Xavi Simons to Chelsea, is 75% done. Leipzig won up 50 million plus add-ons Chelsea for us saying, yeah, best is structure. We want to make a quick sale. Now the sale for Armando Broja, which is going to be for 20 million. That is 515 million straight up base amount, and then 5 million add-ons now puts Chelsea in a solid situation financially to go back onto the market with RB Leipzig and say that Charlie, we are ready. We are in a position. Say, yeah, they are branding your friend. My brand your friend is Xavi Simons. I don't know about Chelsea. We are ready. Say we'll bring him in to come and do the job. It's a show. But only any agreements in the come. So they be waiting your brand your friend is Xavi Simons. My bishop never be come. So that is where the conversation is ongoing. That is how the conversation is flowing. That is where they want to have all of those conversations. They want to do their analysis. They want to prepare. They want to make sure that at the end of the day, they've sorted out everything. They have cleared, they dotted all the I's and crossed the T's. But Xavi Simons is going to be a Chelsea player. Now, for me, what made me more exciting was the fact that the boy Xavi Simons went onto Instagram and took Leipzig off his profile, and it was clear that he's going to move on. He's going to be a Chelsea player. He has discussed with them. See, this season, it looks as if almost every player Chelsea have wanted have been eager to join them. Now, sure, baby, player be at Chelsea have gone close to. Look at Joao Pedro. Look at somebody like Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro was almost on the verge of joining Newcastle United. The likes of Manchester United and other big clubs also interested in Joao Pedro. Chelsea goes in there and says that we want you to come. Then the next moment, bam, Chelsea have sorted out the deal for Joao Pedro. Same for Brentford friend Jimmy Bino Gittins. Chelsea go to Dortmund and they say they want a direct winger off the left wing who can be direct and shoot directly towards goal. They discuss with Dortmund. Dortmund said, okay, fine, we have Jimmy Bino Gittins. Let's have the conversation. Dortmund wanted to wait and then have a bidding war for Jimmy Bino Gittins. Chelsea say, no, we are not going to wait. There's not going to be any bidding war. Give us Jimmy Bino Gittins. We want the boy to come and play for us over here at Chelsea Football Club. They have all of that conversation. They discuss, they delve through all of the details and stuff like that. At the end of the day, the boy gets angry that he doesn't want to play for Dortmund again. It's only Chelsea that he wants. He goes to the Club World Cup, Gittins comes to Chelsea. It has been saying for also Gerald Harto. I mean, look at the kind of player that we bought over there. Again, one of the best players in terms of young players in Europe today, especially at the left back area or the left hand channel of the defense area. Everything that you want from Gerald Harto, he will give you. On the ball, off the ball, physicality, combativeness. Also, he's a natural leader at age 19. I mean, captaining Ajax Amsterdam at that age. Everybody knows Ajax Amsterdam, a academic club of a sort, and it's signing money, man. But seriously, Ajax Amsterdam, if you look at the club in itself, this is a club where they are growing. They want to build a solid base. They want to have a great academy. They want academy to get to the next level. They signing money, man. Now they have a captain at that age. Who captain him at age 17? Who at age 19 gets to that level, gets to the point where he's able to do the job that he does. He's able to be competitive. He's able to be successful and stuff like that. That is the quality of Abrantia, your friend Gerald Harto. In all of those things, Gerald Harto, when clubs kept on saying, so okay, Ajax Amsterdam said we're holding on to the player and stuff like that, the boy told Ajax Amsterdam point blank, said he will not play for Ajax Amsterdam again. Preseason what he wants to do is that he wants to play for Chelsea Football Club. In Tomo Bibia, they should just leave him. Non Emma Chelsea Football Club. Senebe Bibia, come Pamano. Onye na agent so about Obama team. Yeah, Obama. Ajax Amsterdam again. He wants Chelsea. So almost everybody that Chelsea has been linked with this summer seem to be interested in the Chelsea project. They seem to be excited that Charlie, I want to play for Chelsea. It's the Chelsea that they are talking about that I want to play for. And I think that's a very, very good sign. Now, why am I saying this? For Xavi Simons has made it clear to Obia that he's going to be a Chelsea player. He wants to be a Chelsea player. And he adds quality. See, people hardly talk about the off-the-ball job of a branch friend Xavi Simons. People talk more about the technical ability from his upbringing at the La Masia, which is good. But for me, one of the things that people don't talk about is how much Xavi Simons gives to teams when it comes to the hard work he works without the ball. And I've said it here several times. In every football game, you win the game without the ball, but you play the game with the ball. How are you going to play the game with the ball and not work hard without the ball? And that's what Xavi Simons gives you. Very diminutive, very combative, very physical, tens of possessions. I mean, win duels. In his duels, he is not he is not a player where you just let him go. He just allows you to take the ball and go away. Now, very, very combative. And some players in Kitchen when near Dano Shishawasena or for so to make mistakes. No. That is who Xavi Simons as a player. That is how Xavi Simons really, really works. I mean, super hard to become very, very successful in all rounds. And we are definitely going to see how things are going to pan out from there when it comes to Xavi Simons and in the conversation and how good Xavi Simons is going to be as a player, his introduction into the team and stuff like that. No, but very, very interesting, very, very interesting part. I think there's Xavi Simons. But see, and now Fabrizio Romano de Couto was say I catch Chelsea two players are apart from sales. Two players. And now Fabrizio Romano de Adrian Couto on Instagram. Alejandro Garnacho has gone on and he has liked it. Charlie, it looks as if Garnacho wants Chelsea and nothing else. Oh yeah, Garnacho dang. It looks as if the boy wants to play for Chelsea and nothing else. Like, no matter what happens, he wants to be a Chelsea player. Because how is it that somebody's saying that, okay, Chelsea will do a deal for Alejandro Garnacho? And we've known this for a while now. I've said several times that I personally do not like Alejandro Garnacho. I'm not enthused about the idea of Alejandro Garnacho because I've heard issues of attitude from Manchester United fans. And it's also clear some of the things that he did. Again, I don't think Alejandro Garnacho essentially raises our ceiling as a team at Chelsea Football Club. But then again, he's a good player. How is he going to, infuse growth into the Chelsea team? How are Chelsea going to get the best out of him as a player? So it was one of those things that, for me, I've not been too excited about when it comes to Alejandro Garnacho. But again, with time, I think I'm beginning to warm into the idea of Alejandro Garnacho. But straight up, Fabrizio Romano goes to post that picture of he and then Xavi Simons, he goes to like it on Instagram. Charlie, the boy wants Chelsea. And I mean, I was talking about how this summer, a lot of the teams that have spoken that Chelsea go to, lots of the players that Chelsea go to, essentially just straight up say that I want to go and play for Chelsea, and they do that. Yesterday, there was some news that Besiktas were closing in on Alejandro Garnacho. It had been quickly debunked that there is no way any club had come in for Alejandro Garnacho, that he's 100% totally focused on Chelsea, and Chelsea are waiting to do a deal for him. I think that Alejandro Garnacho is going to be a super important player when it comes in, especially on the left wing. The directness is going to be important. Enzo Maresca would have to deal, work on his mentality as a player, get him to perform and perform well. Maybe a new club, like the way Noni Madueke is going to Arsenal, the player is going to be calm and then focus and then decide that he's going to work hard for the team this time. But it's not going to be easy. Chelsea has to find a way where they get the best out of Alejandro Garnacho. They have to find a way where they get the best out of the boy, because he's not just coming there, just come and do anything. He has to deliver. Chelsea would have to get him to deliver. For him to go and like it now, Charlie, the fee, what we are hearing is going to be somewhere around 20, 25 million thereabouts. And now they need a better deal. I mean, if the cost is not too expensive, yeah, then definitely Chelsea has to do a deal for Abantia, the friend Alejandro Garnacho. Charlie, what a circus. Newcastle, Man United, RB Leipzig. How did all of this unfold like this? How did we get here? How did we get here? Newcastle United had their player in Alexander Isak. Liverpool wanted him. Liverpool decided to play smart on the Alexander Isak first deal. Newcastle say that bring the amount of money to come and take him. Liverpool say no. They say that we know that you want to replace the player with Hugo Ekitike. We can go behind you and then we'll go and get Hugo Ekitike into our team. If you don't take care, we'll go behind you and then we'll get Hugo Ekitike into our team. Then Newcastle says, fine, if you want to go and get Hugo Ekitike, go ahead and go to Hugo Ekitike. Newcastle first approached Frankfurt for Hugo Ekitike. They told them how much they want to buy Hugo Ekitike for. It was good fee, somewhere around 75 million for Hugo Ekitike. Frankfurt say no, they will not. In fact, the boy even turned down Newcastle. He wants Liverpool automatically. He doesn't want any club with him. Liverpool end up getting Hugo Ekitike. Now, Newcastle are looking for a replacement for Benjamin Sesko, for what's his name. They are looking for a striker because, as it stands now, Alexander Isak has made it clear to them that whether Liverpool have bought Ekitike or not, he wants to leave Newcastle this summer. He doesn't want to play for Newcastle this summer. He wants to move on. He wants to go and play football for a different club, which is Liverpool, obviously. That is the club that he wants to go and play football for. Liverpool essentially are waiting. They sent an offer, 100 million in excess of it. Newcastle say it's not enough. You can't give us just 100 million thereabouts because we are going to pay 10% to Real Sociedad, 12.5% in terms of FIFA payments as well. So the money, it's not everything that's going to come to us. And we bought him for 65 million. So bring something substantial, bring good money so that we can sell the player to you. As it stands now, Liverpool went through David Austin and they said that, Charlie, we are not going to bid for the player again this summer. If you don't sell him for that amount to us, then we'll come back. Now, Fabrizio Romano comes back and says that, nah, Liverpool will go back. They've not closed the door on him. They will find a way to go back to Newcastle over there and then find a way to go and buy the player. Bidding war of a sort. But Newcastle themselves are struggling with a branch here, your friend Benjamin Sesko. They sent 80 million again, 75 million fixed fee, 5 million add-ons for a branch here, friend Benjamin Sesko. The deal again has been turned down by RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig. Now, what is the story? Benjamin Sesko was thinking about his future. Where does he want to go? Is he going to go to Manchester? Is he going to go to Newcastle United? Some reports earlier yesterday said that Benjamin Sesko was choosing Newcastle United over Manchester United. That wasn't particularly the case. It wasn't 100% the case. But what was going on? What was he? Where did he want to go and play the football? Did he just want to go and play at just Newcastle? He just want to go and play at just Manchester United? Where did he want to go and play? Now today, the entourage of our branch friend Benjamin Sesko, they are going to be at Leipzig to try and finalize the decision for which club the boy is going to play for. See, Newcastle should just understand that when it comes to the real big boys, Charlie, they are not really a big boy. They are not particularly part of the real big boys in terms of the conversation of who really a big boy is in today's conversation. Even for Manchester United, it's same. Because how are you struggling to get Benjamin Sesko? I said yesterday in an analysis that I did that Manchester United needs a midfielder more than just a striker. They need a midfielder. They need somebody of the quality like someone like Carlos Baleba, who on the ball off the ball is good enough. I mean, Carlos is not a perfect player, but then he's a very, very good player in terms of tempo control, hold on to the ball, playing forward and stuff like that. He's the kind of midfielder that you want in your team. And that's I keep on saying that Manchester United will need a player like that. They will need somebody that comes in that regard and plays well. That gives them that dominance in the middle of the park. That helps them get results over there. They need to push for it. They need to make sure that they add the midfielder, even if they buy Benjamin Sesko into their ranks, because that is something that they have to do. It's very, very important. So where Benjamin Sesko will go, we don't know. Where Alexander Isak will go, we don't know. Where all of these players are going to end up, we do not know. But at the end of the day, the signs are clear. Chelsea should make sure the RB Leipzig do not finalize selling Benjamin Sesko before Xavi Simons. They need to make sure that they do the Xavi Simons deal before Benjamin Sesko, so that that one is going to be more expensive, because if you take yours out, you can focus on other things and get things done. Alejandro Garnacho is clear. He wants to join Football Club Chelsea in the English Premier League next season. 2 more weeks and we will be back with some pre-match, post-match analysis, in-depth analysis, overviews, everything here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So don't ever stay away. Don't ever go away. Every day, make sure that you are here. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notification. In the notification turn, do choose all, just so anytime that there is content here, you are first to have it here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. It's going to be an exciting season. Will Barca win the La Liga? The issues of the Spotify company. Barca are saying that they want to make sure by the 12th, 13th, the weekend of September, they are back against Valencia. They are trying everything to make that possible. A lot of away games, but they want to be back at the Spotify company against Valencia. Madrid are beginning to put things in shape to make sure that they come back into the team. Franco Mastantuano was in Spain just a couple of days ago. They want to go in and then begin to deliver and then give Barcelona a run for their money over there on here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, in the notification turning, do choose all. I will see you when I see you. Do take care. Bye-bye.